Hello internet friends, my name is Catherine and I'm the human behind creation Miss Couture. And today is our very first episode of Finished Object Friday. I have finally enough knits that I've completed that I can actually show you something. So, those are all knits that you've seen in previous Whip It Wednesday. So, the first one that we have finished is the egg-free brioche toque by I think it's Beanie by Knitatude. So it's finally done. Hee. So if you like a slouch look, that's good. You can work with it, and you can also do a brim. So I can't wear this inside because I will just overheat so much. So for the main color, I used Fairy Princess from my Once Upon a Time collection that I had a little while ago, and the contrast color is Gray Days. And you can see when you do the reverses here that you can see the gray a little bit better. So it's really nice. I don't do often brioche simply because the technique always seems intimidating, and the few times I did some, it was like just like details on seam, shoulders and stuff like that, which is very nice. It looks very pretty. But since you're working like half the stitch on one row and the other half of the stitch on the second row, it takes so much longer to do something. So like usually this is worsted weight, right? So usually a worsted weight toque or beanie would take me like an hour. Well, no, I'm being I exaggerate here. Like it will take a few hours maybe. Like I would probably be working on it for like 2 nights in a row and it would be done on the blocking mat and everything. Or this one took me like about a week and a half to finish. So it's really nice. I like the squishiness of it. You don't have to follow the directions and have all that length if you don't want that kind of nipple point on it. If you don't want to, I will have in the description box below a link for the pattern on her website and on Ravelry if you want to purchase it. So it was fun. My second finished object is my rocket tee. I'm super happy with how it turned out. I used the yarn from Red Door Fiber. She had the quarterly club, so this is 2 colors inspired by Stardew Valley, which I think is super fun. So it's my Stardew Valley team now, and it's so cute. It's very soft, and apparently I did not. Oh, okay. Apparently I did not finish to weave in my ends. Oh well, that's life. So for the I-cord, I used my cord smith from Size Inclusive Collective. Oh damn, I not finish? Okay, anyways, I use my cord smith from Size Inclusive, and honestly it's just a game changer for me because it would take like 15 to 20 minutes to do all my bind offs with this, so I'm very happy with this. So for this one I did some modification compared to the actual like pattern. For example, in the pattern, when you separate for the sleeves, you're just supposed to like put them on hold, and when you're ready to do the sleeves, it's really just binding it off with an I-cord bind off. I added an extra stripe, over here, and then I did my I-cord bind off. So I did added about an inch on the sleeves, simply because usually my arms are, it's a sensitive topic for me. I don't feel pretty sometimes when I show off too much arms. So I just added an extra inch. And same thing with the body. I did add an extra stripe at the bottom to add about an inch of body. And then I finished it with the I-cord bind off. So those are the only two modifications that I did. So it was just adding a little length on the body and on the arms, just for my personal mental health at this point. So that was my second one. Same thing, the pattern will be linked for Ravelry and the website of the designer, which is Tannis something. I can't remember the name. It will be in the description box. I'm sorry. And the last but not least is my adventurer sweater. Yee-hee. So it's so fun. Oh man, super hard to show you. I will also have like a picture of me wearing it. So it was super fun to do and much faster than what I was anticipating it to be. So I don't know if you remember, but when I first talked about it in Whip It Wednesday, I misread the pattern and added like 15 extra rows on, I think it was like over here. So yeah, it was over here. So it was when I was doing the front part of it, I believe. And so it was in timeout for a little while, and then I finally took the time to rip off those 15 extra rows, and like 3 days later, I'm not kidding, 3 days later the sweater was actually done. I always forget how fast knitting flat can go. What took me the longest? Haha, glad you asked. So it was seaming the sides. It's the one thing I hate the most, is seaming sides or seaming like anything that is not supposed to be seamed. Like I really like top down and bottom up stuff because you don't have to sew anything, but I took the time, I did it. So this is a slight modification from the pattern. The pattern require you to use a mattress stitch to seam everything, but what I did is just like turn it inside out, like right side facing, and I used my crochet hook and I just like seamed all my sides. So instead of taking me 5 million years, it took me 20 minutes. And then I was blocking it. So nothing like the pressure of, oh, this notes are almost due. I should probably finish this sweater so I have something to send to the designer, because I like to finish what I start when someone else is counting on me. So that's why I do some pattern testing here and there, so I can have some like I can say that I finished something this year. So I'm sorry I only have 3 patterns to show you today. This year I would say it's been a little rougher on me knit-wise. I think because the business has been picking up a little bit more. I've been working a little bit more outside doing markets and such, that I didn't have as much time to knit as I was before the work was picking up. And I'm not complaining about it, but I've been feeling lately that I only knit with my yarn almost all the time, and I have so much beautiful yarn from other indie dyers that I want to work with, because when I work with my own yarn, sometimes I feel it like it's more like work than fun. Sometimes it's actually fun because it's not for an upcoming collection, but when I work with colors from upcoming collection, it feels like an extra step for me for work, and it's been sucking up a little bit the joy of knitting for me. I'm not trying to complain, I'm just trying to explain where I'm coming from, I guess. And with the political climate lately, it's been a little rough. But so yeah, I haven't had as much joy in, I'm trying to reclaim this, so that's why in the next upcoming Finished Object Friday, which as at the rhythm I'm going, it's probably going to be one per quarter, so hey, it's fine, it's fine. It will be mostly with yarn that are not from me, which I think it's okay, but at the same time I want to show you stuff that I've done with my own yarn. I don't know, just to prove that I can do it sometimes. But it's also important to work with your own yarn so you understand how the technique you've used to apply the color on the yarn will affect your finished object and how the fabric it's going to create will look like. So anyways, sorry for rambling a little bit here. So thank you for watching, and I will talk to you soon. Oh yes, please, if you've liked this video, consider liking, sharing, and if you want to follow along the journey, please consider subscribing. So, and now, thank you so much. I will see you very soon.